Hello violin players, this is Henriette here from Prime Strings. Welcome to lesson 43 of the violin class for beginners. Today we're learning exercise 67 on page 29 if you have a red book, and that same exercise is exercise 88 on page 20 in your green book if you have that one. This is going to be a short exercise and I'm hoping that you'll find it a little bit easier than the previous one. In this exercise, apart from the last note, we're playing only quavers or eighth notes, and you can also see that we are having two sharps even in our key signature, an F sharp and a C sharp. And that means that your second finger on A goes like that, and the second finger on the D string, which is the F sharp, is also wide. So those two fingers are opposite one another if you move your finger across from the D string to the A string. So that's different compared with our last lesson, isn't it? Now in this piece we're going to play short bow strokes in the middle of the bow, and I want you to just place your bow in the middle and just practice with me. Just that, so we get the hang of playing on the A string. And now let's do a couple more A's like this. Now raise your elbow and let's go to the D string and do the same thing. And we're going to alternate these now like this. So drop your elbow down a little bit so you've got your A string level in your elbow. Can you see I'm going up, down, up, down, like that. So first of all, you want to get the hang of that before you start to play this with the left hand fingers, you see. So shall we practice that again? In the middle of the bow, make sure you're on the right string level with your elbow for the A string, and here we go. 2 on A. Lift your elbow up. 2 on D. 2 on A. And D. Now you heard me perhaps play the E string by accident. That meant that I was just going too far down this way, you see, with my elbow. So stay there. It's only a tiny movement. Also, see if you can drop your shoulder down. If that's you, drop it down into its lowest position. Let's do this one more time, starting on the A string and whoops. Lovely job. I'm deliberately leaving those E's in and I'm not editing them out because this is the reality of what life as a violin player is. Sometimes you just hit the other open strings. Shall we now play the song from the beginning? Read ahead because there are quite some unexpected turns in here, but have your fingers ready and ready to leave them down as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and as usual, I don't really play the repeats right now because I would much rather that we practice short sections with your full attention than a very long stretch of notes and we're all thinking about other things that we're doing today and our shopping and what's for dinner and goodness knows what. So keep your practice short and with your full attention. Now you've noticed that you're going to leave those fingers down on the lower string as you play. So shall we play it again all the way through from the beginning to the end, and we're practicing leaving our fingers on the string. 2 and 3 and 4 and Super. So if you find this very challenging and it goes a little bit too fast, which I can understand, it's okay if it goes a little bit too fast. You will practice it very slowly and then soon catch up. So please don't despair if you find this a bit too fast at this stage. That's okay. But if that is the case, then take a look at the second half of each group of 4 notes. So you can see in the first couple of bars you get the A's that are repeated all the time. So we don't need to practice those A's. Pick up the next notes, so the 3rd and 4th notes and the 7th and 8th notes of each bar. Okay, so the second half of each group of 4. Let's just practice that, shall we? And we're just leaving the rest out. So D, D. First finger on D. Second. Hold it here. So have you spotted that there is a pattern there? D, D, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, D, D. It's spotting those patterns which makes your playing a little bit easier. So let's now have a look at the second line, and here you can see it's not the second half of each group of 4 that's changing, it's the first half of each group of 4, and that's probably what makes it so confusing, isn't it? So the second line, we're going to play notes 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 of each bar. See if there's a pattern there as well. Here we go. A, rest, rest. Now B, B, rest, rest, C sharp, see? Can you see the pattern there? You go higher, 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 and down again, and then you have one little wiggle up and down towards the end. So I think spotting those patterns will make your playing easier. So once you've got that, let's see if that's helped. So we're going from the beginning and we're playing the whole song. So I'll count us in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, okay? Have your bow ready on the string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now I think this is a good test as well today to try and work out what all the notes are called. So will you join in with me, and we're just going to read the letter names of all the notes in the first line. So in the first line we're starting on 2 A's, then 2 D's, then we've got A, E, A, F sharp, A, G, A, F sharp, A, E, A, F sharp, A, D. I'm hoping that by now you will have learned all the letter names of the notes, but if it's not quite embedded in your head, and I can understand if that happens, this is your time to learn them today. So let's have a go also at the second line. The letter names of the notes in the second line are A, E, B, E, C sharp, E, D, E, C sharp, E, B, E, C sharp, E, A, E, and we finish on a long D. Now if you've played this correctly, this long D here at the end should match with the open D string. And let's just practice that now, shall we? So let's play the third finger on A, which is the last note of your piece. And we're going to play this together with the D string. And those two notes should make a matching pair. So if they should melt together, as it were, when you play them, because they're both Ds. They're a low D and a high D together. So if you find yourself sounding like this, oh, they're a clashing pair rather than a matching pair, aren't they? So you need to do something about your finger. Bring it back down again. Can you hear how that got better in tune? Now if you've gone a little bit too flat and you sound like this, again you've got a clashing pair, not a matching pair of notes, do you? So raise your third finger. There we are. That's a good exercise in itself as well, and it builds on what we've practiced in lesson 42, where we were listening out and improving the intonation of our piece. So you can do that here a little bit as well. Awesome. Shall we play it one more time? And this time we're going to go a notch faster, and I want to see this. Okay, and we're going all the way through to the end, but not the repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... If you've managed that, I'm in awe of you. Really well done. So that is another step in the right direction to some faster playing and to some more in tune playing. Aren't you making super progress? Thank you very much for watching today. I very much look forward to seeing you in lesson 44. Goodbye.